Hi. Can you guys hear me? Oh, the music is a little loud. Whew. Hold on just a second. Sorry if I sound out of breath. Let me pause the music. You guys know I don't like talking. Like, when I do my opening, I don't like talking over the music. So give me just a second. Let me pause this. I really need to get my Stream Deck back up and running. It would be so nice if I could just, like, hit the button. I'm kind of at, like, an awkward angle here. Okay. You guys can hear me. Cool. Sorry. It's been a morning. So, yeah, I had, one of the cats had an appointment this morning, and I needed to go grocery shopping, and so I decided I was gonna Instacart my groceries today. I've also got my kid home, quote unquote, finger quotes, sick from school today. So running around trying to get a bunch of errands done, and I really didn't want to cancel stream because I have been, well, I'm working on two different. Okay. Hold on a second. Delay. Alright. Delay the ads. I'm working on two separate projects right now. This one and I'm working on a mythographic page for Erica over at Elm Colors for her hashtag. So I've been working on that in like 30 to 45-minute increments and recording it, and then of course once it's finished, I will need to edit it. But it's actually moving quite along. Um I'm using just straight Chromaflows on that one, and now that I've kind of gotten a bit of a style down with those pencils, and have kind of gotten over this needing to color every single little detail on the page and highlight it and shade it, and getting into a more like, I don't want to say abstract, but it's made my projects progress a little faster. So I'm working on two different things right now, and I didn't want to cancel stream today because I really would like to keep working on this and hopefully finish it by the end of the month. So this is probably going to be our stream project for the rest of January, and there is a part one on the channel, but I am using Inktense, which I'm pretty much done with at this point. I'm done with the Inktense, and now I've moved on to the pencil work, and I'm using the Chromaflows on this one. So, and I have done can't move my keyboard here, but there's a couple commands. You guys can also activate these in the chat. So if you guys come in and you want to see what I'm working on, and without having to wait for me to ask, maybe. Hold on. I know Nightbot was in here. It just takes it a few minutes. Also, I have no idea why my second channel is in here. That's super weird. But yeah, if you type exclamation point project in the chat, as long as I remember to update it when we change projects, you can see what I'm working on and what I am using on my project. The other thing that I wanted to actually, I got two things before we actually start working on our page for today. So the next thing is, this has been kind of a couple people are already in there, but as you've seen, it's pretty dead. Nobody is really chatting in there. Hi Dawn, welcome. I'm just doing my opening before I start working on my project for the day. But this has been something that I have toyed with bringing into this side of my content, but I have had a Discord for quite some time. I started it when I was doing primarily game streaming over on Twitch, and then when I stopped doing that and essentially changed communities and moved over to art and moved over to YouTube, and then of course when I had to stop for the deployment, it kind of fell by the wayside. But if anyone is interested in joining the Discord, I have a command for that as well. You are more than welcome to come and join. I just ask that you be patient with me, because I am not always the most active, and anyone who has attempted to manage a Discord server knows it's work. It is work between the content creation and life. I'm just gonna say it's work. So, but you're welcome to come over, share your projects, your pages, your crafting. If you're interested in gaming or anything like that, there's a couple channels in there for that. The other thing that you will see is up at the top of your chat, there is should be a little target I set a super chat goal. Obviously, nobody is obligated to super chat or, you know, anything monetarily with this channel. I just appreciate that people come and hang out when I do this. But I thought it would be fun. I am working towards um, a couple things I would like to get for the channel to be able to do with the channel. And yeah, so I set a super chat goal, and if we meet the super chat goal, I will do a longer stream at some point. We'll schedule it, and I will let you guys pick my project. I'll probably go through my books. I'll pick like 3 or 4 different things I've had my eye on. I'll put up a poll over on the community tab, and you guys can pick a project. But I just thought it'd be something fun and different to do. So yeah, and I think that is it for the chatty chat. So I'll go ahead and I'll put the music back on, and and then we'll start working on this. And then in about 30 minutes, since I'm a little behind, I'll have to take a quick break to go feed the cats, one of whom is lurking around my office, and I anticipate if she stays in here, we'll end up on my desk at some point. So, but I hope you guys are doing well. Hope everybody is staying safe and warm if you are in a cold place, and if you are near the fires in California, that you are safe and prepared to move if you need to. So Marilyn popped in. Working and lurking, Marilyn. Thank you so much for the work lurk. I appreciate it. What are you doing? Huh? Are you gonna sit over there, or do you want to go out until it's time for lunch? All right. See you in a little bit. Okay, let me see. Brooke you got the 150 set of Chromaflows for Christmas. Nice. Sonia and I were chatting about this the other day. I am So first off, apparently I am in the minority of people who really like and am considering making these pencils their primary pencils. I am a little frustrated that there are 50 of them that I cannot get open stock here in the US. And apparently, the only place to get those pencils open stock is on the Derwent UK website, and they do not ship to the US. So, I ended up I signed up for a UK mail forwarding address. It cost me like 12 GBP, um, a one-time fee of 12 GBP, and then obviously I will have to pay for shipping for whatever they send me. So I went on the Derwent website, and they actually have it set up on the Derwent UK website where you can build your own tin. I think they come in, you can choose 6, 12, and 24, and if you do it that way, you get a discount per pencil, and you can mix and match them. So like, say you needed 2 Derwent Artist pencil and 6 Inktense pencils and 4 Chromaflow pencils, you can mix them in the tin. So I went through and looked at my pencils and what I've been using, and picked 24 of the 50 that I can't get open stock, and ordered those. So where is it? Where are you? Licorice pencil. There you are. So this was kind of what prompted it. Was this is 2004. This is the licorice pencil, and this has become like my primary shading pencil. you get different looks with it depending on what other, like, what colors you're using it over top of. So, like, in here, it's like a blackish brown, but on one of my other projects, I was using it over top of a light blue color, and it was a really nice, like, plum purple. So I ordered like 3 or 4 of these to have as backups, because I will burn through this. I will burn through this pencil like nobody's business, especially because I am a compulsive sharpener. But I do hope that they plan to release those pencils open stock elsewhere outside of the UK. But I figure every once in a while, if I use that option in stock up, it's cheaper than buying a 150 tin for 1 pencil when I could just buy 3 of this pencil. So we shall see how it goes, though. I haven't gotten them yet. I anticipate it's gonna take some time. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out so far. Oh, thank you, John. I appreciate that. Yeah, this is my my current, I want to say a long-term project, but realistically, I think I can finish it by the end of the month. Just trying to queue up my reference photo here so I have an idea of Don't get why so many people don't like the Chromaflows. They're nice. I think it's more I think a lot of the people that maybe were hyped about these pencils from the jump and then were disappointed, were expecting them to be a Prismacolor replacement. And by Prismacolor replacement, I mean for them to perform the way a Prismacolor performs. So I think there was some disappointment that they don't, and the reality is, like, there is nothing that has come out that is like a Prismacolor, and I doubt that there is ever going to be anything that is like a Prismacolor, just in terms of the blendability of them. And I think a lot of people that like that quality of the Prismacolors, but maybe were frustrated by some of the quality control issues with Prismacolors, expected more. And I get why people are iffy about them. It's a smaller barrel. And they really are, even though they're a wax-based pencil, they are definitely more of a layering pencil than a blending pencil. If I had to compare them to something, I would put them closer to a Polychromos than I would a Prismacolor. So I think that was part of it. And they do take a few layers to really be able to work with them. But like my other project, I've been using a Prismacolor blender with them, and once you get a few layers down, I find them pretty easy to work with. And then I'm obviously not a professional artist, so I'm not going to speak like a professional artist, but I think from that camp, people were expecting better light fast quality, especially for the price point. So it's like, on the one hand, like, I get it. I would have liked the chunkier barrel. But I have also found that they are less rough on my hands if I do my initial layers holding the pencil back. And they play really nice with the Inktense. I don't know about the newer ones, but when they first came out with the 72 set, I thought the light fastness was surprisingly good. I use them for coloring in my sketchbook, so I don't mind anyways. Yeah, I didn't have any issues with the light fast ratings on them. I think they'd be good for somebody that maybe isn't, if you're doing stuff that you're gonna make digital prints of. I think they'd be good for something like that. Never tried them with the Inktense. Well, and the nice thing about that is, so since they're from the same line, it's much easier to to color match. And the color softs are too soft and crumbly. The pro colors are too hard. I feel like these are like right where they need to be. So using the Inktense as a base, it's nice because then I don't have to I don't have to be like super neat with my Inktense layers, because I can fill in the gaps with my Chromaflows, and I feel like that kind of saves some of my pencils. But these definitely do better when they have something to grip onto for like a base layer. So like if you just put down one or two layers and try and blend the Chromaflows, it's a little rough. And I think that's probably part of the reason why I'm geared towards them, is because for me, I need to get the white paper. I need to put something on the white paper, just anything, light color down, in order to be able to figure out where I'm going to take the image from there. And so a lot of times what I tend to do is color block anyways. So I'll put down a really light base layer and kind of sculpt my color from there. A saves pencils, you get a nice quick base layer. Yeah. And then I'm doing less blending of the pencils on top of my Inktense. I'm basically using them to kind of like fill in gaps. And you still, depending on how light-handed you are with your pencils, you still get some of that ink underneath, as long as you're not putting like too much of it down. So like right here, I don't want to smooth this out. I want that like texture. Hope you're having a good morning. Hi Ryan, how are you? Catching up on the recent lives, and impressed with the way you use the paint markers. Oh, were you watching our the paint pen project videos in the paint by number? I need to get back to that because I still have some sets I haven't tested yet. But I think I might retool that series a little bit and not swatch them on camera. I will swatch them off camera and then just test them. Because I feel like, I don't know, I don't find the zen in swatching that a lot of people do. It's just me. Be back when your current upload finishes. Oh, no biggie. I will be here for a little while. I'll have to go take a break here in probably 15 minutes to give the cats their lunch. But yeah, I'll be on for a while. I am anxious to see what you're working on. Is your video, is it coming out today? How long have I been doing art? I'd say I probably started doing adult coloring, when did I leave active duty? 2015-ish? But, it was just something to occupy my mind after I left the military. And my early stuff was pretty rough. And then I put it away for a while and probably picked it back up around the pandemic, I would say. I feel like I've always enjoyed art. I just never really pursued it, and unfortunately I came from the era of school art teachers that were more focused on whether or not you were doing something correct than whether or not you put the effort in to try and do an assignment. And so that kind of I would say probably tainted my enjoyment for creating. It is definitely can be a de-stressor, but also when you're doing it as more than just a hobby and kind of doing it for a job, it can get a little rough. But that's more the business side of things, and you've got to be really mindful to make sure you carve out time to create for just yourself as well as other people. I'm trying to decide. Okay, no, we're not working on the lion at the moment because I keep coming back to it, and I feel like I need to fill in more of the face, but I tend to bounce around. But we're working on this section right now, so hi Thea, how are ya? Lurking and working, I appreciate the work, Lurk. Hope your day is going well. I'll look at my reference photo really quick. Just about to go to lunch. Oh, thank you, Thea. I appreciate that. Yeah, let me show you guys. So this was kind of my my reference photo that I am using, obviously, because my my creature is oriented in a different direction. I had to kind of adjust a little bit. But this is kind of where I got my inspiration from. And now I'm just kind of chipping away at Kirby pages are so much work. They definitely can be. I actually, I finished up a Forever Whip in this book, and that was kind of what spurred me on to wanting to start this one. So I finished this one. We worked on this on stream, not last week, the week before. And then I finished the rest of it up off camera, but this had been like, when I say Forever Whip, I'm talking like pretty much since this book came out. And I had the green on the monster done and up onto the shell, and then with various breaks and things like that, it just it got put aside. But it was really nice to be able to finish something. So I might actually have a completed pages video at the end of this month. Because I'm actually, man, do you guys want to see the other project that I'm working on now? Or do you just want to wait and be surprised and see it when the video comes out? So the video might not come out until February, but it's actually almost done. If you guys want to see it, I'll show you now. But I know there might be some that would prefer to be surprised. And I mean, even if I do show it now, you would still get the process for the video, which I actually plan on doing a voiceover for that video. Since I know people like the talky talk, even though a lot of times I feel like I'm just sitting there like trying to figure out what to say, but maybe I'll actually sort of script that one. But it's like, I'm not gonna rush to get things put out because I feel like I have to. I'm gonna take my time and enjoy the journey, and when it's ready to come out, it'll come out and it'll be good. You like the talky talk? I often don't really have much to talk about is the thing. But this one, I think if I can chip the footage down to a reasonable amount of time, I can probably walk through my inspiration. And, you want a sneak peek? Alright. So, Erica over at Elm Colors is doing her year-long hashtag in it is Color Mythographic 2025. I would also like to color more in my mythographic books. And apparently I'm on a mythographical creature kick. So I'm working in mythical beasts. And of course, we've got a new mythographic book coming out. Actually, my copy should be here today, so I should have a flip through of, I think it's Fantasy Forest. It's a Fabiana book, so I'm actually pretty excited about that one. Where are you? So this is the page that I'm working on right now. Why is it so dark? And this is, I did no bit like base, no marker or anything like that on this. This is all just been with the Chromaflows. And really, I think so far I've got probably about 2 hours of footage recorded, and I've put maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours of additional work into it, so it's actually almost done. It doesn't look too dark for you guys? Okay, well, that's good. It does on my end, because sometimes the lighting in my office shifts. But I will probably do well, I'll definitely do record the rest of the base, and then whatever I end up doing with these weird smoke things. And I probably will do I probably will only record footage of coloring like maybe 2 of these thuribles. The rest of these I'll probably do off camera. But I'm pretty pleased with the way it's turned out so far. There's your sneak peek. Thank you, Don. I appreciate that. Okay, I actually am going to... Let me see what I've got over here. I'm actually going to pull while I'm looking at it. A couple other pencils. What do I have here? Because I'm going to try and darken some of this up. But I just want to make sure this isn't gonna... disturb anything underneath here. Hopefully catch it when it comes out, because YouTube is bad about sending notifications. Yeah, I always, like, I go through and I'm like, oh, hey, so-and-so put out a new video and I didn't even see this. Thanks for notifying me, YouTube. I appreciate it. But that one won't be out for a while. I would love to be able to get it finished over the weekend at least, and then start sifting through the footage next week. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm going to go feed my feline crime bags before they riot. So I'm gonna throw the BRB screen up, and I will be right back. Okay, I am back. Cats have been fed. They should be good for the next 5 minutes. Okay. I am going to have to turn the book upside down for for a bit. It's easier to color this way off of the edge of the book than the other way. So I apologize for that. Oh, so many pencils. And also, I apologize about my hand being in the way. I'm trying to keep it as much out of the way so you guys can see what I'm doing. But unfortunately, since I used a water medium on this, my paper crinkled, so I kind of gotta hold this back a little bit while I do this part. And apparently my music ended, so I'm going to have to find a new playlist. Turn this back over. If this ends up being something that I have to repeatedly do to like flip this, I'll probably just work on this corner off camera and we'll focus on this. But it's tough because I feel like I need to see how other elements look to kind of base where I need to put certain colors on my lion. Mm. I actually really like the way this Shiraz color looks over top of the yellow. Actually, I like the yellowish color in here. It's not like super, super yellow. Ooh, my book's out for delivery. Have to disappear to the kitchen, Slippy in your ear though. Copy that. Have fun making dinner. It works! Yay! I don't know why when I do it, it takes forever for it to pop up. But as long as it works for you guys, that's really all that matters. Because I know what I'm working on. So this is where it gets a little tricky, because I'm trying to figure out if this area behind here is rocks, or if it's part of the Chimera here. I may just have to make a creative decision about what to do in this space. Hi, my sketchbook. Welcome. How's your day going? Because I could make it part of the underbelly right here, but it really looks more like part of the rock formation, because his leg comes up here. This would be his other leg. Or the lion's other leg, unless it's supposed to be, well, because this would presumably be the hoof of the goat somewhere behind here. Had a good doctor's appointment? Well, that's always good when doctor's appointments go well. I am glad that worked out for you. I feel like I had a pretty productive morning. So I am going to just kind of lightly block this, block in with the colored pencil, and then I will sculpt more around it. Do you dabble in adult coloring, or are you more of a traditional artist, or both? I wish I'd paid a little bit more attention to what was going on up here. I think this is part of the rocks back here, because I can see now where it would come up underneath his belly, so I think that's how I'm going to treat it. Let's see here. So then technically, these would probably be more in shadow, because we've got these in front.
Welcome to my dream. It's good to see you again.
Oh, next song.
The show has
What brand of color pencils am I using? I am using the Derwent Chromaflow pencils. I'm actually, well, so this is the second stream we've worked on this project. I actually did a base with Derwent Inktense. And then I'm going over top of them and doing a bunch of like the detail work with the Chromaflows. What is the matter with you here, pencil? Yeah, these actually layer really really well. They do better if you treat them like, if you've ever used the Faber-Castell, the Polychromos, which are an oil-based pencil. These are wax-based, but they actually perform a lot better if you treat them like a layering pencil. And the base layer of the Inktense actually makes it a lot easier to work on top of. These pencils get a bad rap sometimes, but I really enjoy them. Never gonna wait, hold on. Did I miss something? Hi, Brittany. I'm not sure if you missed, if I'm missing part of your message. No longer had a group taking a look at the affiliate page on the ASAN website that there was. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Trying to ruin your character and using your current profile picture. Called you names when you directly message him on the LinkedIn app to figure out what I did wrong is no longer. So essentially, he got fired. Is what you're saying? Hopefully, because it sounds like he deserved to be fired. Well, it sounds like it worked out then. Doing this as a volunteer position? Well, it's good he wasn't getting paid for it. Most of the time when people like that have some kind of interpersonal conflict with one person, they often have it with others, so I'm sure you weren't the only one that had concerns with his behavior. Okay, whatever this clicky click song clicky click is in that song, we can't do that. Okay, I'm just gonna take a few minutes to just sit and mull over this and ponder. I like where it's going. I just need to ponder for a minute. Okay. And while I ponder, I'm going to have a snack. Of a delicious plant-based Reese's. Not a sponsor. Yet. They got their lunch about an hour ago. So they're all topped off. At least four. Well, they all got fed, but Minerva will probably need a snack in a little while. Um, I could probably eat some dairy, but I chose to just completely cut it from my diet. I don't beat myself up if I eat like bread that has milk in it. I just I made a choice because I was having issues with inflammation in my joints, and I noticed that dairy seemed to be a trigger, so I just chose to do my best to remove it from my diet. And honestly, like these, I can't tell the difference between these and the regular Reese's, aside from the fact that they're way less greasy. Yeah, I've been dairy free since September. They've really come a long way with the dairy free products, though. I will say that. I think my kid and my partner actually like some of the dairy free meals I make better than the previous versions with dairy in them. The website where you were having issues with one of the people in a Okay, I gotta turn the book. It's easier to just turn it on its side for a minute. What website are you talking about that's free to access then? I feel like I'm missing something. Let's see. You must be part of the. Well, these playlists are like super short. Hi, Angelina. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the kind compliments. I appreciate it. Why are these playlists so short? How's your day going, Angelina? Welcome to the channel. I keep getting my cord caught on all of the things. I had a short cable in here, but my son ended up swapping headsets with me, and he gave me the cable for his, and it's a little bit longer than the one that I had in here. Well, I'm sure that you color just fine now. It just takes practice. Practice and letting go of the idea of perfection, which is easier said than done. So I'm kind of working off of a reference photo. Sort of. Hold on, I'm missing something. Which website? Because I will gladly check it out, but I don't think you actually said what the website is. Because I went back and I scrolled through the chat, through the chat to see if I missed anything, but you know what? I don't like this right here, so I'm just gonna color over it. I don't like the way it looks. We're just gonna roll it right into this dark space back here. I don't know what this little, like, loopy piece right here is. But we're just gonna roll with it. And... I thought I had... Where are you? There you are. Oh, the least used pencil out of all of my pencil sets. But we're gonna use it today. Part of me wants to go in here with gouache and just cover those lines up. but it's a little late in the game for that. Some of this I probably will have to do off camera because I can't, quite lean in here. Unreal Dark Chocolate Peanut Gems. Ooh, I'll have to look into that. Yeah, I found a brand of cashew cheese from Canada called Nuts for Cheese that I really like. It's generally cheaper to order off of their website, and the shipping is really quick, but there's also a Whole Foods store that carries a couple varieties of it. And since Daiya changed their formulation to an oat cream base, it's much better than the original Daiya, so a lot of times I will mix and match things. Oh, my poor licorice pencil, you gotta hold out for a little bit longer. Okay, let's move over to our goat friend here. See what we can get done on him. got quite a bit of green down into his beard, but oh, that sounds good. I'll have to see if my Whole Foods store carries those. Cool, cool. I will definitely look into that. Hey Sonia, welcome back. I appreciate that. What are you making for dinner tonight? Tacos? Yeah, we're doing tacos tonight too. Like we do every Tuesday, because if I try and even get my partner to do something else like Latin or Spanish inspired, if it's not taco slop, he gets very, I don't even know what to call it. Like, I have an enchilada kit in there I could make tonight. No, it needs to be taco slop. Gluten-free beef stew with gluten-free beef stew mix. Helped her find online. Oh, that sounds good. I am waiting for. Actually, no. I don't need to wait for. So I ordered some cashew ricotta because I was gonna make dairy-free stuffed shells. I follow the Vegan Duchess on Instagram, and she has a really delicious sounding recipe for vegan beef stuffed shells. But the filling is made with tofu, and I actually have some tofu. So I will probably do that later this week. Almond-based vegan ricotta. I've tried it. I'm actually not a fan of the almond ricotta. I will drink like almond milk. But I don't enjoy baking with it. So I prefer more of the oat and the cashew based products. Yeah, I mean, the pictures look delicious. So I'm very excited to make it. But we did a red sauce meal Sunday, so I gotta space it out a little bit. I made dairy-free garlic parmesan meatballs, and we had meatball subs. Use the coconut milk and sweetened condensed milk. I have used, I don't know if it's that specific brand, but I have used coconut milk to make coconut curry chicken. Aw, I just saw that Shani apparently has already gotten her copy of Fantasy Forest. Mine is out for delivery, but it won't be here until later. But I should be able to get a flip through tomorrow for you guys. Miyoko's, yes, I am a big fan of the both the block and the pourable mozzarella. I actually use the I like the pourable in lasagna, and if I can't find the blocks, because the blocks are hard to find here, I'll use the pourable when I make pizzas. And Treeline makes a cashew-based ricotta that is pretty good. But I have to order it from their website and have it shipped. My Whole Foods carries some of the Treeline products, mostly like the artisanal cheeses in their goat style cheese. But they don't carry their ricotta or their cream cheese. Oh, thank you, Sonia. Yeah, I'm kind of starting to migrate my way over to our goat friend here. I'm not really sure I'm liking through his face right now, but we'll get there. It's just a lot of I keep going back to like Lindsay the Frugal Crafter, the way she explains it. I know she was working with gouache when she said it, but I think it also kind of applies here too. Is even though you're painting or you're working with colored pencils, there's very much like a sculpting type process to it. So as you're building your layers up, you're kind of sculpting and refining them. Because, I mean, I didn't like any of this when I first started it. It was a definite, like, there was a definite ugly phase, and I was very, very, like, this close to just abandoning the project. But, yeah, that's something I'm working on this year, is really being able to push past that ugly phase. And that is the nice thing about these pencils, is as long as I start light and build my way up, they're very forgiving in that regard. On top of the fact that I have kind of looked at this as I'm not going for realism, so I'm not super worried about coloring every single like fine little like hair. You know, it's more about the vibe, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. I wouldn't say it was ugly when you started the stream, but it's looking even better now. Oh, I'm talking about like last week and when I first started it, because I started this like off stream before you guys even saw it. And it was definitely not something I wanted you guys to see at first. But then I was like, no. You know what? Oh. Hold on. Treeline has a whole. Yes, I know. I buy their stuff off their website. I use the ricotta pretty frequently. I also like the cream cheese, but again, um, it depends on what I'm doing with it. I kind of cycle between the Treeline, the nuts for cheese, and Oatly. Because a couple of them are a little bit tangier than others, so if I'm baking like a sweeter dish, haven't caught up with last week's. Oh no, it's all good. It's all good. I just yeah, I think I started this like over the weekend before I decided I was gonna stream it. And then I was like, oh, I can't let them see this. This is horrible. And then I was like, I hit a point where I was like, no. Okay. All right. It's um yes, all of their stuff is cashew cream based. But what I'm saying is I rotate through a couple different brands of cashew cream cheese because everybody's like recipe is different, so they all have a slightly different taste. So like the nuts for cheese is a little bit more savory. It depends on what I'm using it for. If I'm baking a sweeter dish, I might not want super salty cream cheese. So the that this is the pencil that sparked all of this. Like, how am I gonna get open stock pencils from the UK, which incidentally have shipped to my forwarding address. So hopefully once it actually shows up there, that they don't take like too super long to forward it. I need my 3 licorice pencils. You can only get the nuts for cheese vegan cheeses, including blocks that are in a triangle, at your local Sprouts. You should be able to order them online. My Whole Foods only carries certain varieties. So if I want like the cheddar, I have to order it online. They also carry the cream cheese. They don't have the dips though. I actually have an order coming from Nuts for Cheese and Treeline. I had to stock up. I prefer to get my other my other dairy-free and vegan products from the vegan black market. Like the only place I found oat milk condensed oat cream condensed milk. But yes, hopefully my my open stock Chromaflow pencils show up quickly. I mean, I still realistically I have a fair amount of this pencil to go. It's not like I'm not at the point where I'm not going to be able to finish this or my other project. And even if I get down to like a nub, that is unconfirmed. Derwent currently has no plans to release the remaining 50. You can't even get those from Cult Pens unless you buy their bundle. And they have been pretty mum on if or when that will happen. Like none of the even the UK based art places like Jackson's and Cult Pens don't have those 50 open stock. It would be great if they did, but I found a workaround that I'm hoping works out in my favor. We shall see. Yeah, it's really weird. You would think that they would at least release them to other UK retailers. Not according to the Color with Claire YouTube channel. Uh... Well, there's a couple other um, reviewers that have received different information. Speaking of nuts for cheese, I just got my shipping notification. Why not? Yeah, why I don't know. And I'd have to look. Hold on a second. Uh I signed up for a shipping forwarder. So I have a UK address with a company that will then ship my product to me. I wouldn't exactly say that she got them to release them. She may have gotten some information, but um a couple other reviewers received different information that said they had no plans currently to release those remaining 50 pencils. So I will wait until Derwent says, "Hey, yeah, we're releasing them." So for the time being, I will use my UK forwarding address if I need replacements on any of the pencils that I can't get. The company that I went with is Skypacks. Okay, well, I'm not gonna argue about it. I'm just saying that different people have been given different information, so until I hear something from Derwent, I will believe it when I see it. Okay, I'm gonna try and finish up this leg before I end for the day. Still waiting for your package from Cult Pens. Might be worth shooting them an email to check on it. Their shipping is usually pretty quick. I don't like this section right here. So I gotta figure out how I can kind of correct this out. It just seems really like abrupt. Okay, that's a little bit better. Ugh. Excuse me. But I am really liking the way this is coming together. We just take it a piece at a time. Um, what did they discontinue a pencil and swap it out for something else? Which pencil is that? Oh, hey, Soup, how are you? Welcome, welcome. The colors on the lion, thank you. Yeah, I'm actually getting ready to wrap up, but we'll work for a couple more minutes. But I'll show you the kind of the reference picture that I'm. So this was the image that I'm kind of using for my color inspiration. But I just have to take it a piece at a time, and then I'll have to do some work off camera because some of like the blending and the corners I have to turn the book, and I don't like doing that on camera. That and some of it I can't quite get into like see what I'm doing without my head being on the camera. So I do what I can. Um and then some of it I'll do off camera. But yeah, I wanted to try something different. I don't think I should. I don't know if you saw maybe on Instagram because I shared this one on Instagram. This was the one I finished up last week. This was a forever whip, and I finished this one the other day. Are the other animals going to be similar color tone too? Yes. Yep, because they're actually so this is actually all one creature. They're connected. It's a chimera. So it's like a it's almost like the the snake is kind of like the tail, but you can see here his front half is like the lion, and then the middle and the back legs are the goat, and then the snake is kind of like the tail. So I will carry the whole thing through the whole image, but I ended up doing the base layers. So we worked on this last week, so there's another part to this as well, but the base of this is all done with ink pencils. I wanted something that was gonna speed up the process a little bit. So I essentially painted the background, and then I'm using the colored pencils over top of it to do a bunch of like my detail work. It just makes the whole thing feel more obtainable since um it's a double page image, and those tend to be kind of intimidating. So I have some work to do up on the corners and whatnot, and um I probably will work on some of this on my own between now and next week, but I'm really like in this zone right now of not starting 8 million projects, maybe have like two at a time that I'm working on, and see those through to the end. So I talked a little bit about it at the beginning of the stream. Um but like one of my goals for the year is to go through some of my books and find each month I pick one per month for the year, and find a whip that has been unfinished forever, and try and finish some of those like super old projects, and then maybe have one other project that I work on stream or for videos, because I get to the point where it's like I have too many projects going at a time, especially if I'm using like different pencils for different projects, and then my desk just gets too cluttered and I get overwhelmed, and then I'm not finishing things. So I'm trying to keep things super simple right now, and I've really kind of settled on my Derwent Chromaflows. I'm really enjoying working with these pencils, especially so this one I used a couple different supplies on this, but the monster, I used a water-based marker to lay down the base of the green, and then I used the colored pencils over top and for all of the like the little nitpicky details, and then I used a gel crayon and brushed it over the whole thing for the water, because I wanted something that was going to be kind of translucent that might give my monster and my fish and whatnot a little bit of that tone from the water, but that wasn't going to completely like mute it out. And since there's so many like little areas down here in little pieces, it was just easier to take something that I could just go over the whole thing with. And then for the top up here, I used for the sky, I used my ink pencils again. I don't really like how my sun turned out, but yeah, I used my ink pencils for the top part up here, and then I'm also especially on in these books, in the detailed books like this, trying to get myself out of this mindset of having to color and shade every single little, like, old me probably would have spent like 11 bajillion hours trying to color and accent like all of these little scales. So I've kind of gotten to the point where I'm telling myself, if I do a few like on these little pieces like this and I spread them out, I don't need to do every single scale. And it makes the project feel much more like obtainable. And I've really been on this I don't even know what you would call it, but trying to just be a little bit more bold with my choices and a little more artistic, and doing things where like I cover up pieces. So like there was a bunch of like little hairs and shade lines and things like that in these little crevices, but just blacking things out and being a little bit more, I don't know how to explain it. Like that I don't have to color every single detail. That sometimes doing some kind of funky like off the wall shading or whatnot like that um is more fun than um just street coloring. And like even though I have a crap ton of pencils out here on my desk, my color palette is pretty simple. I would say it, you know, I've stuck to the same color family, and then kind of as I've gone along, like I pulled a dark blue just because I felt like it needed a little bit of something. And then this is my other project that I am currently working on. This one is just with the pencils, but and I was working off of a reference photo on this one too. I'm actually recording this one, and I'll talk a little bit more about it in that video. But this was kind of my inspiration for this one, and I got kind of stuck with when I started trying to figure out what I was gonna do with this platform down here at the bottom. And at first I thought maybe I would do it like gold or something like that, but since I was using a lot of yellows and browns in the rooster, and then these thuribles are also going to be those colors, I decided I was just going to color it like the use a similar color palette to what they used for the ground in in this image. And then I kind of was like, oh man, when I started doing the background, I pulled in a couple different color blues, but also used a couple similar to what I used on the rooster. So I kind of felt like he was sinking into the background. And what I ended up doing, not around the whole thing, and I'm not sure I'm going to do up around the tail. I might, or at least in a couple spots. But I took my beloved licorice pencil that I have beaten the tar out of on these two projects. It's probably a good thing I ordered like 3 of those. Um, where are you, licorice pencil? Are you hiding from me? But so I took the licorice pencil, which I had used for some of the shading, and just really lightly around the body, and then use my blender to kind of pull it out, just to kind of pull him off of the background. But I really like this pencil because depending on what color you're going over top of, it changes the tone of the pencil. So like on this blue, it comes out this purplish color, but then in some spots it comes out more of like a brown. So this has kind of become like my go-to shading pencil with these. Um, but yeah, these are my 2 current projects that I'm kind of like working back and forth between. This one, this is my current like stream project, so we will probably work on this on stream until it's done, and then I will work on it in between. Um, Makes it more versatile. Yes, and I really like being able to use the same pencil and get different results. Like that, it kind of changes the color. A lot of the pencils in this set will do that if you mix and match them. So, but yeah, it'll probably take us the rest of the month to finish this. And it's been my, like, when I'm sitting at my desk, if I'm watching like streams or something like that, I'm usually doing a little bit of work on this. And then the other one if I'm working on that one off camera, it's to kind of get an idea of what I want to do, so it's not so like jarring when I'm recording it. I have an idea of what pencils I want to use. But it's been a lot more fun to, approach my pages in that way than just, oh, let's color the lion orange and brown, like throwing the green in and things like that. um and then of course Kirby has a new book coming out in March, which I'm very excited for. I think I already know if it is the Wizard of Oz tornado picture. That's probably gonna be the first one that I color, and I have an idea. I just need to figure out how I want to execute it so that it doesn't look super bland. Um, but I've got some time on that one, and then of course, I've got to pick my whip, my forever whip for next month. I think since I have the Inktense out, there's one in one of my romantic country books that is almost done. Um, that I will probably attempt to finish that one. Um, oh, who's doing what here? But yeah, I think that's probably a good place to stop and kind of reassess, and I might do a little bit more work on this one later, since I will be working on, oh god, I got to record a video tomorrow morning, but that shouldn't take very long cuz it's a flip through. So maybe if I can get myself motivated to get up and do my morning house chores, then I can film my video, get that ready to go, and then have some time to record my other project. I'm trying to plan my day out here. And then I have some house projects that need to be tended to, but I don't know, maybe I'll just work on blending out some of what I've already done here, because there's a couple spots that need some attention. So I think that's gonna be where we stop for the day. I'm looking forward to the flip too. I have been a little disappointed with the last couple of, oh, it'll be out tomorrow. They don't take that much time to film, and I can just upload, or I can go do other things while it renders and then let it go. Um but yeah, that'll definitely be out tomorrow. They don't require a whole lot of editing, and I'm excited for that book because honestly, um the last couple of mythographic books I've been a little about, and this is a Fabiana book, so um I am excited to see what she has for us. And I think the next one that comes out in March is a Joseph book. I think I missed one. I think Rainbow Realms came out and I wasn't really interested in it. I watched Corey's flip through and I was like, yeah, we'll probably. I really, again, talking about intentional choices, am really trying to not just buy books for the sake of buying books, but buy them because I really, really want to work in them. And I think since I've scaled my projects back to where I'm only working on maybe one or two things at a time, that yeah, so no more trying to minimize the impulse buying, apparently, except for when it comes to trying to order pencils from the UK. But seriously, I hope those show up, or I'm gonna be really sad, because I have worn some of these pencils down to questionable levels, and if this is gonna be, if these are gonna be my go-to pencils, I would like to definitely have a minimally inexpensive option to replace the ones that I can't get here in the US right now. So seriously, I bought like 3 of those licorice colored pencils. So, but anyways, thank you guys. I super appreciate y'all hanging out. I will hopefully, I don't think I have any appointments next week. I will hopefully be back next week. We will probably work on this a little bit more, and yeah, and we will go from there. We just take it a day at a time. So, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one.